Starting off on the attacking side, we highlighted the fact that they're running a KO here, not something you see exceptionally often.
We saw last night with Angel playing that. Already some info, but they're trying to get up past this wall, and they'll let him through. FUT in trouble by losing laps, but they still need to fight behind.
Spike down A.
See that Spike sitting there with flashes. They try to hold back side, such a pesky, difficult place to hold. But they're doing it. They've been able to trade 1-for-1 here. Buzz is so weak, and RB healthy, having to take a step back, concerned, paranoid perhaps of the flank. The pressure applied from the extremities. Buzz holding, U-Haul somehow getting away with nothing but a sliver of HP. Being traced and followed. Prowler not quite finding its mark. 2v2. Kiwiwi. RB, he was the healthy one. He's fallen. It's all on to Buzz, and he's gotten it down to 1. The nade right click. The swing out to buy time. He tries to reload, and the timing could not be worse. FUT get the pistol.
MrFaliN stays composed, and honestly, DRX take it to them up short so fast. When you're looking at FUT play in the last game. Buzz too.
I was about to say that. Yep.
3 kills for him. I think he's the guy who thinks he has the most pressure out of everybody on this team right now.
Dispatched.
FaliN with the opener. Buzz passing by. You were just talking about the pressure.
Ooh.
Seize is going to be nice, but there's just no follow-up with it.
Yeah, not comboed with anything.
There.
So off of the orb and off of the Seize that they've seen, they hold the line for just a moment. Down long, now funneling out of AtaKaptan. That's going to hurt. That nade backside. He's able to get out because of the stimmy, but MrFaliN just swings into his death.
Those are 2 fights that look like they might be dry, but instead there's Util that's forcing them to take the fights.
They flip things. MOJJ has shown up. Molly at his feet. Momentary delay.
Ooh, the orb too. Not momentary anymore.
Off the nade, MaKo still staying alive. Battered.
23.
Spammed and now bruised. As soon as the orb goes down, vision will be given. MaKo on the hold, trying to keep him back, and he cannot. RB still playing with the Sheriff. The reposition is you see him both jump out of hookah. Sidestep, that Molly's gonna help.
That Molly missed, I think.
Did it?
No,
No.
it just barely didn't.
And it's just enough to buy time. Well done. 5 rifles in the 3rd round. After losing the pistol, they've been able to equalize.
They always rely, after losing a round like that, on this re-exploration. They did keep the 2 Bulldogs alive. Don't forget that, so this round's still a little bit dangerous. Look, DRX, full rifles on board.
And for FUT, you saw the intentions at the beginning of the round. Establish showers control, get the orb, and then reset.
Both players spotted, so
Wow.
yeah, they're gonna be able to reset, but DRX is gonna be able to use this timing to take the fight, but he still wins it.
What? And he gets away?
And speaking of the reset happening in showers, DRX completely gave up that space, so AtaKaptan fully safe on the other side of the map.
It's just criminal that he's able to do that with the classic and then survive. The Bulldog now finding it. You mentioned it just a few moments ago. It was preserved from the previous round. And it's finding its mark. stax trying to snatch him back into this thing. They still have 2 rifles to play with.
RB went hunting with the spike alone. He was the only person who got past that wall. And then the second player who picked it up ended up dying farther back, but the spike went farther in.
stax trying to have to reach his way out of the cover to grab the spike, but instead it's a flash out looking to take the fight, and it's qRaxs who wins it out.
Much, much better shape to actually take the anti-eco. Full rifles picked up too, and their bank is huge. So even if they get eco'd here, we're finally gonna have a first gun round after. There are some key ults here close. I mean, there's one. I wasn't even talking about that one.
You were just saying. That's unreal. This is a very good sign for what we're in for. If it's going to continue to be things like that, where rifles do not matter.
What is going on? And you're looking here, RB's gonna have his no command. Buzz is gonna have, actually he's completely out of the fight. He's close to a showstopper though. I need to see him start to hunt. but they're not sure this round's completely locked up just yet, so getting in good post-plant positions. DRX is very, very good in these spots. Zest has his molly. There's a KO molly as well, Viper molly too. There's no way they're giving this up.
You certainly wouldn't think so, but I also wouldn't think we'd be in this position in the first place. AtaKaptan playing on the other side of the wall. He's able to take down one. You see the molly soar across the sky as Captain takes a second. I mean, the Sheriffs might be the MVP of this if this continues.
Thrifty.
The molly buys time, and that's a third. Thrifty in a row. That is one of the weapons. Flash gonna get some info. No way to confirm how much is on the other side, though. And FUT gladly just trample forward and take the space.
Again, this is dry completely. They want to take these aim fights. The desk, Bren and Josh were arguing about whether or not that's a good thing for DRX to be relying on, but it's FUT relying on it right now. And so far, it's not really worked out.
Catch them.
Spike currently still sitting towards spawn. Is FUT having qRaxs rotate B.
DRX are doing a great job denying the information right now.
Yeah.
Forcing that Viper wall to go up, which means you're giving up re-clearing any of that space. That honk gets broken on the other side. Yeah, sure, they know they're defaulting, but they really don't know how to regroup right now. The boombot from Kiwi would be huge right now down short, but again, he's still with that Marshall. So can't spare the time. Off of the sniper.
They figured out where the Marshall is. While they want to funnel their way in through short, Buzz has already taken the line. Kiwi on the other side, and the no-scope lands, now upgraded to a weapon. Satcheling across, looking for the second. The crosshair was moved just a bit too early.
Had to make a solo play. Stax was coming from behind.
Orbital strike dropped, Zest falling too. qRaxs rotating over. Back towards A, where the spike ticks away. MaKo not able to land the shots. AtaKaptan wins that out. Stax on the flash and on the swing. You wonder what it is that the play is because RB's playing so safe, so far off. Having Stax takes the fight by himself, and AtaKaptan wins both.
Swapped. Which of these guys plays the Rays on this map, especially back in the chamber meta? That was obviously a much more difficult choice back then.
AtaKaptan pushed off, and it seems like for the first time this map, there may be some pressure stand. There it is. Zest getting tagged up. He's done. He's dropped.
Down B.
Great dry swing again. FUT continuing to rely on it, and this time it nets them the kill onto Zest. If they wanted to hit this B site, he's a crucial factor in doing so. If they don't hit before this knife timing from qRaxs down short,
right here.
These FUT players on this site could be very ready for this. They've got a seize too. Molly's still up. That knife just cleared.
Do they rotate off of it? What are the movements from FUT given the information they just gathered? AtaKaptan flashed, naded, trying to tuck. And it's actually off of a molly. AtaKaptan gets one back.
They tried to go through with the Viper wall up. That thing does so much damage so fast with the decay too. If you are moving while it pops, you're dead.
No real option to flip. No real option to go forward. Very well, maybe, right? Kiwi seems to be playing loose. He's performing well. AtaKaptan is too, which has been more of a constant, oddly enough, but
I think it just seems like such an insurmountable task to be able to outplace the three other EMEA teams in this tournament. Jeez.
wow. Little things, man, the timing.
He's up to 11.
Kiwi finding the window to take the wide swing and hold that angle during the peak from Zest is just beautiful.
Okay, this is important here for MaKo.
Oh, bigger fromage.
I like that he goes for that lurk. That's something that you can definitely use to interrupt. You saw it work on the pistol with more players behind it. This time he's rushing though.
Last player standing.
What?
Things are
What is
falling
going on?
apart very quickly.
qRaxs just one tap 2 players. Kiwi one taps Buzz immediately in the beginning of the round too.
That must have been Prius. Missing the last two. But again, just surprising, right? Like for DRX, yeah, there was a cheeky play to try to lurk into the smoke and disrupt, as you were saying, but it just feels like the last, 3 rounds, there just hasn't been enough of that flash that we saw at the beginning from DRX.
And you're not seeing as well the players on DRX have the same sort of energy in making individual plays. 12 seconds to hunt RB right now.
10 seconds left.
They're so close.
Can he preserve the gun? No. A prime gaming flawless comes through his foot. Get up 2 rounds.
His stacks action, none of that really. But I think it's very excusable given the situation in front of him. Ult down short.
Oh, there's interesting here. There's not a ton of layer to this. It's just him by himself. There was a Prowler that went the other way, but there wasn't a combo. There wasn't pinned from sand.
Oftentimes when you go that deep, you get stuck.
Yeah.
Stax not confident enough to push up, but he only has the Sheriff.
It worked last time, but not this time. Doesn't even get a chance to shoot it.
Yeah, that's a lack of information for Stax. He thinks there's more behind it, like you said.
Spike down A.
KRÜ able to hold that line and get both. DRX once again thrown into disarray.
I look at the choices being made by DRX, not only in the server, but with bringing in Zest. The kind of mind games they're playing about who's going to play in the starting lineup beforehand. And I'm thinking back to Masters Berlin where they had Lakia on the roster.
Whoa, that's a deep cut.
Remaining. Flawless.
Another prime gaming flawless through for FUT.
We've already seen one, of course.
Blinded.
FUT are so intent on controlling early showers. And they've done it in a similar degree through short.
MaKo again trying for this. Is this angle too? And he's not even looking where he died the last time.
Exact same play.
Finally gonna find a kill though.
As he just thought he was unlucky the first time. Surely they don't do that again. He was right.
He was 0-8 before that.
Yeah.
MaKo 0-8, are you kidding me?
Where do they reset off of this? He may be in trouble.
Dead? He's dead.
He's got to understand that there was some showers presence, you just didn't know how much. Meanwhile, the hit's out towards B. AtaKaptan still holding elbow. Showstopper in his face, and it's traded.
It's a lucky trade for AtaKaptan, but Buzz, I don't know if he should be dying there. Either way, they've corralled them on the site. I thought this was going to be a good round for DRX because they could fall off and play the post plant. Win condition for them, but now they can't.
They still have the orbital strike from Zest. Currently holding elbow. Has to stay alive. Prowler in the face of RB. The snap out on Montage is clean. And RB's left alone. The safety valve gone. He's gotten it down to 1. Looking for the target, and it's not able to land. Mr.
Yes, overall too. One of the most storied controllers, but they're not doing anything to interrupt FUT doing this exact thing over and over and over.
Countless amount of rounds now where they send 3 through showers. This time it's a bit of an adjustment because qRaxs is rotated off, but they've gained the space. And once again, they have them surrounded. They have them corralled and controlled.
They get this position every time with no util.
Yeah, it's just so free. And because DRX don't even have someone holding in spawn, they can't comfortably take teleporter and go back showers. Complete ignorance as to what's on the other side.
Okay. Giving up the site again though. This time MaKo has his ult.
I mean, FUT has 4, though, as a counter.
Nightfall could be huge as well. With the Viper Pit up.
This punch that FUT have to throw back isn't just a jab.
Look at Stax. Traded ults all around right now.
He's gone so far up. It's going to be 1 for 1.
The Molly's gone though. That Brim ult gone again.
FUT still have so many tools. They have the Orbital Strike, that's 1. They have the Pit, they have the Nightfall 2. Everything dumped into this. Numbers still up. FUT now pushing forward, trying to jump out of the site. And it's chaotic. Stax and MaKo, the 2 that remain. The defuse is almost gotten to half, but it's interrupted. MaKo, 1v3, and that's the round. FUT get another.
What is going on with DRX?
Finally, some adaptation. A slightly later flash, but honestly, it doesn't do very much to dissuade.
KRÜ 16-6, by the way, definitely his best performance so far this half. Gonna look like the best half for FUT.
Second flash now, used by Stax towards showers.
Finally, he's looking to stop them from getting that flank off every single time.
And it's nuanced in how he did it. I mentioned earlier, it was a slightly later flash. He'd been using it off the gate. This time, a little bit later, just a few seconds to see if there's anyone coming up and the second to confirm. But he gives the space back up.
So happy to just take dry fights again, and Buzz is dead.
That nade causing some problems. The Trailblazer out. They have hookah control as well here. It's a little bit of a stronger push, but they can play through the smokes. The toggling of utility is so nice by the controllers. He's gonna try to funnel his way out. Can they hold the line once more? Numbers big for FUT, and they're just getting better.
30 seconds left.
Zest subbed into a 1v4. Face of Showstopper, a Prowler. There's nothing he can do.
Very quiet. Players not, if there is something being said, they're not really paying attention. They're jumping around. Emotionally, I think it's so tough to be in this position. And it's one they know. They've had many, many disappointments. Never this early, though. And when the entire scene is leveling up, you need to be just there with them. And it's a stax. Calling a stack on the other side of the map at the B side. 4 players on B, 3 down long. MaKo alone.
Knife and Haunt both used.
4 people are gonna go through the TP, following up the dog. Yes, this is okay, but MrFaliN's already understanding the situation.
And they're just gonna flip the map too.
Okay.
All of FUT go through teleporter, leaving MrFaliN to hit what could be a filthy timing. Dissuaded by the wall for just a moment. RB's the only one close by. Yeah, Buzz is in the vicinity, but RB's the one looking at him. They're going to rotate back A.
30
It's
seconds
crazy.
left.
DRX completely broken on their original idea and what comes in this pistol. Do they even have the ideas to play here?
Knife cleared. Buzz with the spam, pushed off the angle, nade in his face. RB now understanding there is some presence. He gets the kill. The patience pays off. Now with 13 seconds left, the spike still hasn't been sent out. It's still trying to push its way out from short.
30 seconds left.
They're getting the openings. Can Buzz play spoiler in the face of the smoke? He gets the kill, but you're right. Just a little over a second.
And they also have the boombot to help them clear back down short and get into lamps.
DRX need this moment. They need this pistol. Sax needs to convert, and he cannot. FUT up to 10.
At this tournament so far, even in the game that they won yesterday. That's a surprise.
We back to our first half antics here.
Oh, Spike is not picked up right now. qRaxs has to make a mad dash for it. DRX not taking extra space off of that though. Thinking that they need to get back over towards A through spawn to group up rather and make a conceded,
There.
a complete front. Rather than relying on the lurks, which will be split up.
qRaxs on the plant. DRX on the attempted retake. They have the Bulldog in the hands of Zest. An interesting decision in and of itself. You see that late Viper wall go down from MaKo. MrFaliN with the C's. The timing on that's perfect.
What a seize. That's 3 players all tethered.
The delay is great. MrFaliN backing on up. qRaxs holding the angle from bench, trying to find another. As the tap has already started, they're overwhelming them. They've gotten it to half. Now the reset, and now the fight. Kiwi on the snap, Kiwi on the shots. He gets 3 on the round, and they asked for it. Where was it coming? It's coming courtesy of Kiwi 1. James Bonding, as Josh said.
We're referring to the score line, but you're right. He definitely was trying to get up there.
Prowler in his face. No showers control again. But FUT with a bit more to work with. Silence, and there it is. They tried to use the showstopper Buzz. Looking to greet them early. Is he gonna find a target? No! The show stopped! Zest with 3.
MaKo and Zest in particular, the double controller combination that we were talking about.
Poison's off.
No early space taken from DRX this time. A peek towards showers.
Toxin, poison orb.
I mean, even Buzz shallowly holding hookah. But all of FUT are up A short, and they're trampling their way forward into U-Haul.
Again, that confidence showing. They get through all the way to lamps. No information from DRX until now. That nade gonna force him out of position.
That's a miserable area to hold, man. It's just so difficult. No real room to escape, and he's overwhelmed by the utility.
That's a great follow-up orb there, actually, from MOJJ. Look how deep it is onto triple. So tough.
That's clearing out the haunt, clearing out Kiwi. He was hot in the previous round. Can he continue? Stax falling.
RB. Flash went in the TP.
Yeah, that's not what the intent was. RB with 2. Spam expecting to pre-fire. Buzz finds the timing on MrFaliN. It's all MOJJ by himself. RB's gotten it to half. MOJJ is healthy! And that's another pivotal round to Red Bull clutch.
Playing in such a way that it's tough to find him.
Too suppressed.
Stax on the other side of the smoke, not winning an opener.
Come on, man. There it is again. He just ran through the smoke.
Just dry, just aim diffing. And it's from top to bottom. I mean, yeah, Kiwi's done most of it, but that's the plan for FUT, and it's working.
Even something like that, there's no punish on him being in that corner, no spam to follow up from MaKo.
Yep. No help at all. There was a dry fight, that one going in favor of Buzz. It was labored.
Yeah, interesting too. MOJJ has been winning a majority of those types of situations, but their ADS up close. It has to rely on the spray too. Not the type of situation you're looking for.
No.
But either way, like, I think they're chilling here. Regrouping again. They know Buzz is alone on the site.
And he's weak. After that difficult fight, just 32 HP. Has a showstopper. Very reminiscent of what we saw just a few moments ago where there was a timing hidden short.
Here it is. Dry walk up. Finally a haunt in the back of sight. Clears everything.
The knife, too, not catching Buzz. Kiwi's looking for it. It's another kill.
Big ults. Zest infesting his. Buzz has his as well. RB with the KO.
10 seconds left.
Spike now down. Side control in favor of FUT for now. But it seems like a weak grip. DRX snatching it out of their hands. Cracks on trade. Showstopper still in play, and it looks like he's trying to hold it. He succeeds. Carries it into the next round.
Crucial to do that sort of thing there.
Push. MrFaliN waiting on the other side with the Sheriff. He spotted a shoulder there.
And it's just Sheriffs, too.
Sheriff's in a classic for AtaKaptan.
This can't be the round that DRX lose the map on. They can't lose to a Thrifty.
I mean, given how things started, it would be a fascinating bookend, would it not? Utility primed and invested. See that smoke used. U-Haul control still in favor of FUT. And the consistent contact play just continues. And there you go, RB finding big ones. Looking for the third with the Vandal. Cannot. Kiwi on the trade.
Smoke extends so far out that Zest has an angle to play with too.
MrFaliN, potential for a 1v3. As soon as that smoke goes down, the molly follows the spam. MrFaliN just unable to get out.
30 seconds left. There.
This time dissipates. Yeah. See if you can find a free one.
Not spammable on that angle.
My ult is ready.
Taking the orb does nothing either if he wants to fall anyways. And he does have to.
10 seconds left.
A formality as the round closes. DRX get up to 6. Yes, it was just. Oh, they're going.
So slow. What?
And it's canceled.
You know he has the ult.
He's perhaps just guessing on where he might be. I don't know.
I mean, he messed up the satchel there, it looked like. That needs to be an instant shot out when the KO ult is up.
Off the exchange of ultimates, FUT reset. And as we've seen before, it's just context, it's just dry. They want to go up short. Now Nightfall used. It's gonna attack 2 if I'm not mistaken. Kiwi with the kill with the nade.
How many paint shell kills is he gonna get?
Too many. Too many, more than he should.
Big follow-up ults here for FUT as well. Prepare for hellfire. There's one used.
Trying to go up top. I I mean, we're just getting teased with these showstoppers not going off. MaKo and RB holding it back. They can still do this. This is a 2v2. Spike in hand. Yeah, 35 seconds left. RB could be rezzed.
30 seconds left.
Is that going to bait the swing out? stax is creeping forward, but he's flashed. It's all on to qRaxs, and stax gets to somehow. I think it's just exploratory, though. The spike is just now being scooped up. MOJJ has already fallen.
MOJJ just died to spam down short through the orb.
FUT once again calling breaks on the situation, leaving qRaxs as the trap. It's just the sheriff.
Does spot them, falls off of it. Very clean so far against this light bot. And they have completely reset the ult cycle for FUT. They thought they were about to end the game last round. Remember, that showstopper was used, Brim ult was used, Nightfall was used. MOJJ still has his pit. But other than that, it's fully dry.
It's a nice one out with a singer onto stax. Still 4 rifles remain for DRX.
30 seconds left.
Buzz with another, the deep nade, unaware of the fact that AtaKaptan's up close, but it does not matter.
Toxin screen down.
Another round for DRX.
Michael might have known he was in that corner. That's why he puts the wall down, and he's happy to hold that.
4 rounds in a row for the defense, 5 of the last 6. The attempted ferocious comeback continues.
Ooh, going out.
Fallen getting pushed off, and he's dead.
There's the little microaggression that you need to start punishing these dry walks from FUT. You are forcing depth to come out of FUT strap hook now. Absolutely. Secrets pops. That scares me a little bit. There's no more tool to force against this Viper's Pit if it does get used.
Remember how good Buzz was in the previous round. Still alive, still healthy. It seems like they may be pushing into him. Whether or not they commit on the safe short hit.
Looks like they're marking for a haunt when MrFaliN's dead.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Oh, that's up close! Buzz with another! Buzz with 2! You believe yet?
Rounds. Even at the beginning of any single one of these rounds that they won. Multi-kill, multi-kill, multi-kill.
They've changed their setup just a little bit. Buzz is playing up top, and it's actually Zess who's holding U-Haul. The slow, methodical approach might be the answer this time, maybe? Maybe it's the pistols, or perhaps it's just going to be more DRX just cleaning them up. Flash out of the smoke as he tries to tuck into bench, and he's caught. That's a weapon in the hands of qRaxs. Zess tucking. They've lost showers. qRaxs so weak, and Zess knows he's passed right by the Roomba.
Oh my goodness.
But qRaxs still running away. Paranoid of the pressure. Zess giving up the exploratory efforts at the worst possible time.
They're gonna need to smoke the spike and start to try to get a defuse going. Force them to come out of their hiding holes. Pit available for MaKo, that could help.
8 HP. I mean, do you invest it here? Knowing with potentially, it's safe to spam, and another kill for MaKo. 8 HP, 8 bullets, stax in half. He has to pull off. Can stax to a 1v3 by himself. He's trying to get knifed, and he cannot. Of course, it's a Thrifty that closes map 1. Fortunately for them, on the attacking side, they can dictate some of that pace, or at least influence it more than they would otherwise. And that pace, while currently not ferocious, is headed towards B.
These 2 nanoswarms actually posted up to deny both plants. If qRaxs too fast, he won't break them, but he actually finds the one on top of the box.
Yeah, one gone, the other used.
That's kind of crazy from him.
Dude, they're going to have so much time to get into post-plant positions.
This triple flank coming in from DRX, though, you're right. They're going to have time to get into post plants, but qRaxs is the only player here to receive it. Almost gets stunned up.
Oh, qRaxs is joined.
He just got self-stunned.
Yeah. Certainly not the intent.
They're blocking each other now.
Playing closer, the spacing is not great. Pacing on it's a bit more labor too. MaKo with another. And now they funnel forward. 3 remain for the attacking side. And it's been equalized at 3. He stacks so weak, he still gets a kill onto the opposing Sentinel. Buzz has gotten it half, 3/4 of the way. He's just gonna hold it. And that's exactly what he does. You mentioned the need for FUT to avoid a slow start. Find themselves down 1, not really investing into this next round. While DRX have Bulldogs, I mean, across the board.
Haunt held as well for the players inside of halls there. Pretty good setup. AtaKaptan going to start farming up these orbs. You can get plenty on this specific round here.
I believe they've already gotten 2.
The dish one, the arcade one. They're going to stop at this point.
No.
Let's go for the exec.
Yeah, not wanting min-max any further. They start to punt their way forward out. Remember, the lighter weaponry that they have, how do they manage the disadvantage? So far, they cannot. Buzz has already gotten 2. MaKo tucking into the smoke, stax popping back out, and he's paying for it with his life. MaKo now holding the angle. You see the haunt.
30
Spike
seconds.
rotating back up, and it's going to be Buzz to receive. Here's him running. Blows off an E-cap and blows off ahead. Buzz with 4.
The fade neon. Other teams have been bringing in the fade as well. Just really unique haunts to be found. FUT with indecision there, you can tell. You saw the Kiwi wanted to go into halls there with a flash from qRaxs, but MrFaliN already walking the other way. Leading his team towards this B site. Buzz 5-0 so far.
A heater of a start, especially given the performance he had on the first map too. He's just picking up right where he left off. Sun's out, and again, it's delay.
That's great from him, finding the gap between the stuns too. Fantastic prep against this neon. By the way, you can play on site right now, not worried about arcade, not worried about tower because of that Molly alarm bot setup.
If FUT end B here, MOJJ is in a position to potentially push to spawn. All right, I wonder how much of that that's going to draw back to stax it down. Buzz swinging in. He has 2 served up right in front of him, but he couldn't see any of them. RB looking to cut off the rotations, and it's qRaxs who drops him.
Now AtaKaptan has his ult too.
30 seconds left.
MOJJ holding any rotation into the side, not anymore. 25 seconds too.
Orbital strike drops. Yes, 85 HP. Kiwi cleans him up. That's a spike down. MaKo not able to hold.
This trade of relay bolts, the stuns from the neons.
And the knife from qRaxs too.
So important.
Yeah.
To earn that early space, DRX wins the battle.
Right there.
And right back to Buzz. I mean, this feels like the same situation that we had in the last round, but there's a deeper alarm bot here, and Buzz will not have the freedom to give up off of tower because that alarm bot again. Deep into tree.
For FUT, it's a different approach too. They take underpass, go to the northern side, and want to split it a little bit harder. And here they find their space. The thing is, you have Buzz who's still playing up in tower, and they have to clear it, they have to check it. It's well considered by MOJJ. Off of the neural theft, AtaKaptan does get the spike down. And there's just way too much for stax to handle. Do they just cut losses here? Do they rotate off? MaKo's the only one who's still alive. Zest was up a moment ago. It was equally unwinnable fight.
That's tough. That flash from stax intended to help RB continue to flank onto tree. Two rounds in a row now for DRX. Lost.
Caution here.
It's funny because I said emphasis needs to be here for FUT to stop a slow start from happening. I definitely think that's achieved already. But on the flip side, DRX needed to stomp on this map, I feel like.
Hot shot.
Need to bring the same energy that we saw from FUT in that first half on Bind. Here on the Fracture.
An attempt must be made. You see that early space denied from DRX off the stun and the brim smoke too.
I really wonder what Termi was actually thinking backstage when he was speaking with his team in between maps. when he spoke to Yinsu. Good trade right there, but when he spoke to Yinsu, that did not give confidence to the desk, and I agree with him. It's just so crazy.
I mean, Bren was calling to audit the man's finances.
The term he slander when the guy's a legend, but realistically, everything so far this season has put into question some of the decisions being made.
Right there.
An opportunity here, though, for DRX to silence the questions, at least temporarily. Get to a map 3. This is where they wanted to be. This is the setting that they chose. And they find themselves tied up too early on a light buy with no real ability to convert. The thrifties that came in droves on bind, not found here.
Spike planted.
I want to see a shift of the setup now. Buzz has been playing on this side over and over and over. Some of the similar situations. Nanoswarms on one side, connected.
But only one kill found.
The follow-up from stax doesn't work out either. Buzz again in trouble alone.
Has utility to delay.
Kiwi's still up to help in this fight.
There's the first nano, and it's a pinch. They're rotating in from the southern side. They've got him boxed in.
He's looking though, AtaKaptan ready for it.
AtaKaptan the first to fall. Buzz on the swing. The timing is great. MrFaliN joins him. But Kiwi finding the space to open the site. The problem is the spike's out of reach.
Look at MOJJ. He's instantly going down underpass. MaKo's already aware of it, but MaKo has not been great this game. MOJJ has been fantastic at these peaks. If they can find the timing together.
Maybe. Zess gets the kill. Kiwi left alone.
He's gonna run all the way arcade? No.
Managed to get the spike, and he's gotten it down into a 1v2.
That haunt
Close
hurts.
plant situation, but you're right, the haunt was the issue.
Way on high.
FUT still hang on to a lead here. They have the Rolling Thunder, and they have the Orbital Strike from AtaKaptan. Tools here. Big ones on the attacking side. And another hit towards B. Nightfall used, though. You see Judge getting value in the hands of Buzz. MaKo with the ult, but Kiwi with the swing.
Somehow got through that smoke is Zest deep, RB flanking as well.
Yeah, he just got hit by a trip, though.
Look at MOJJ. He's gonna be way too late. Util out though, qRaxs.
Surely you consider the positioning there. They've taken the site back. They've taken the space.
Oh, it's not planted for them
No.
whatsoever.
They
No
don't have
util
lineups.
to deny this. It's over.
One enemy remaining.
What a call. Remember, there have been so many instances where they've tested the waters towards A, towards Halls, off of the knife, off of the stuns, but then they reset and hit B. Is this the first time they push the pace? Space garnered by FUT.
I think in this case, you actually want MOJJ to take some contact here to make it look like they're still hitting towards B.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
then strike out of A. I don't think that's the plan. Instead of sand crunch.
I mean, there's no concealing this at all.
This works just as well though. Execution, where's it at?
You have two on site, and the Orbital Strike should separate. It does. MOJJ not able to find a second. As stax is on their trade, Buzz, who's going to be rotating so late, still has that lockdown to play around, so if they commit to the site, they're going to have him trapped in.
Remember, AtaKaptan just uses Brim ult too, can't break it.
No Halls control for FUT. What's the play? How did they commit? qRaxs has been spotted. He was stunned, and now dead.
Here it is, inside of sand. They're not using it!
3v3 here, and it instantly falls apart.
Why are they peeking there? That lockdown inside of sand.
By for the defensive side, just the Bucky in the hands of Buzz. Early space taken away from DRX.
Now look at that space they have in tree. But with that smoke, I mean, it's a given what's going on right now. It's fully understood.
Attacking side all rotating over, and
Oh my goodness.
they thought they had a trap set up. RB uses the ult.
Oh, and he gets tagged too. He had a judge in the last round. It must be considered the shotgun.
He's playing up in tower. He's got utility to
It's gonna run out, yeah.
provide cover.
Ult's
You can
gone.
tell he was tempted. He wanted to push out through that smoke.
That would have been an awful decision with what we know on the minimap right now.
They're gonna funnel their way out. RB has a chance to play spoiler, but he's sectioned off and he's dead. Only taking one with him. MaKo on the swing. Buzz finding value with it.
Oh gosh.
Zest is still here. He's playing far off. All he has is a classic though, and the classic works! Buzz with 3, and we're tied at 5.
Even against EG, he had a couple. For the most storied and successful controller in the world, bar none. Shocking.
It's the same hit. Kiwi's through again. This time not cutting off any rotations. There's never none to be had.
I don't think that turret even spotted right now.
Which is interesting because they should have heard it go off. MaKo trying to anchor between him and the turret. AtaKaptan's caught in a hard place. MaKo looking for another, not able to clean Kiwi up.
One enemy remaining.
Spam just not landing, but that's all right because qRaxs was there to save it.
Kiwi's still hunting.
Planted.
RB getting real close to attempting this 1v4, but oh no. He's going for the knife.
Got a knife? What kind of skin
The
is there on the
stun
knife?
too to try to catch him.
What's the skin on the knife? Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
It's Jover.
One suppressed.
A knife that we've seen a couple of times, only tagging RB as we've seen before.
Oh, interesting, actually. The only person without an ult, but still collecting the orb.
Yeah, they're gonna make a run at it. Get ever closer.
Does have the spike as well, so I mean, 2 kills for him, that's it. Kiwi going for the neon. Ult slides in, gets canceled, deleted. But everybody playing off-site. Buzz not even here, remember, he's been there every single time.
Stax managed to get his Rolling Thunder here, so they have 2 big ults.
This is odd too. Buzz is gonna get into position to use the lockdown, but they do have the Brim ult to cancel it.
And MOJJ is already down there. They wanted to go an underpass, but there it is. Orbital Strike, Rolling Thunder, and Lockdown all invested almost simultaneously. Lockdown's cleared. Zest on the swing, 10 HP.
Already defusing.
He's already gotten it to half. That's huge. In the face of the Molly, stays alive.
Still an aftershock for MrFaliN too.
They're both so weak. MOJJ on the swing, and he's found. Spotted. There's the aftershock that you were just mentioning. Now the fall line, the swing is there. RB's already gotten it, and Zest is gonna hold it the whole way! Tied at 6.
But it did land in favor of them, and now, oh my goodness. RB's so quick.
So confident, but
right back.
Kiwi's even more.
It's just crazy, love it. We just mentioned the neon versus neon battle.
MrFaliN looking to deal some damage, but it's actually stax who walks away with 2.
That's the classic foot play right there. Just going right up for the recontact.
I mean, we saw it so many times on Bind, how effective it was.
Spike planted.
But now MOJJ is left standing all on his own.
Been a pistol demon.
He's gonna have to summon something insane to pull off a 1v4 like this.
Yeah. Counter sets, or excuse me, Paper Thin's little DRX pentagram.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pistol round 2, so not even a chance of a ninja. With the door opening, he's confused as to what the situation even is. He's just looking for kills at this point. Yo, let's get that Cypher ult on board. How about that? That's close.
To start funneling orbs into him.
Oh, absolutely, but love what FUT are doing, actually. Taking the space, taking at least one of those orbs away. Wouldn't be surprised not to see him actually take this site, but does have that spike, so at the very least, he'll end this round 1 away. Unless the FUT rotation comes in.
I mean, it's hot to trot. They're taking some space mid, and then Buzz on the northern side. Do you get out or do you fight? He chooses to evade and flee.
Man, I'd be taking those anti-eco kills. Buzz knows, though. He's got to stick with the discipline.
That's why he's
show respect.
That's why he's on the stage and you're up here. DRX get out onto the site. They should be able to get the spike down. FUT with just pistols gonna have to attempt this retake in a 5v5 brawl.
I mean, the normal situation here would be for FUT to stay way back and spawn. Not give up anything, because I think you should be pressing tab, checking the ult points for stax. He's one away. They're getting up close, though. They're going to give him a fight.
Stax is the only one far off, though. Buzz has already gotten 2. Make that 3. Now stax showing, looking for some of his own. He just wants 1. Is he going to find it?
No, Buzz, chill.
Nope.
Interesting. That was being used against them by ASE so often.
They're so fast. Everything is pacey, and it nets him a kill. But the pace is injected right back as the defense holds the line. Still with that, though, the spike out of reach currently. Picked up by MaKo.
These guys are just getting spammed through. Almost all the kills in the last 3 did not come with sight.
MrFaliN 1v2, not able to convert. MaKo cleans him up. DRX get to 9.
That's huge. So far, I didn't expect it to come super fast. Oh gosh.
Much like that round. Starting right off the bat with the kill.
Remember, Buzz was playing so far back last time, off the turret, to take the rope. This time, not even considering the fact that they could push him.
Oh, Moj was in such a good position, but RB wise to it. Swings out from sand, cleans him up. And that was the last line of defense that they had on site proper.
And falling back into post plants. No need to stress anything right now. RB, the only player on the site. He's got a wall to play around.
There.
You heard Termy talk about how to get in the post plants. That was the problem for them, was in these situations on Bind, but I agree with Brad. It wasn't even that. They couldn't even get in these post plants. It's stuff like this that interrupts them. MaKo's molly is out.
It's a 2v2 here. qRaxs has picked up a weapon. Time is short.
Last player standing.
Why, he just turned on MaKo.
Woo!
Crazy! Oh, not at the same time.
It's close, but they've got it.
It should. A thrifty round for FUT, and I was actually just thinking, man, if
Literally might have been a misclick. That's crazy. That could have been the turning point of this game.
Yep. A pivotal round
Placing swarm grenade.
for the defense in the hopes of a 2-0. Slowly working their way back to life.
Not just any 2-0, a 2-0 against DRX to send them out of groups.
I mean, you can't hear a thing on the map right now. Nothing but a giant, quiet jump spot.
Off your feet!
And that is how things are up. The Rolling Thunder, RB with the wall up, and it's Buzz who gets the kill. Pushing forward, trying to get value with the stuns, but it's qRaxs who stays alive. Filthy has a chance for the 3rd, but no.
Got the brim ult here. Could catch something else.
There's the spike. AtaKaptan holding for now.
Oh, he tapped to try to bait it out.
It never came. How do they go about this?
Flash out!
Stax on the flash. Note how weak he is. 54 HP. Had to take AtaKaptan down. Cannot. 2v2 now. Now ult invested. And that's going to keep RB at bay for now. Stuck on the outside looking in. He's healthy. He's got ult. Dares challenge. And AtaKaptan holds him back.
DRX had that round. Little light buy in.
And pace forward. You see the Haunt tagging Moj.
I mean, love this position from the 2 players who are actually holding on A. No, they're not going to be able to fight the site, but holding on to drop right now with this breach ult in position is huge. Right there.
They're going to get by some time for Kiwi to rotate to the southern side.
That breach ult gone just by spam. So all of a sudden,
They have some tools still. Remember, the Thrifties have come in bunches this series. There's another opportunity at one here. Kiwi not finding anything yet. The stun.
try to pinch halls.
Threat. And now the neural theft.
Dude's flying.
Moj has already gotten 2.
KO will come in too. MaKo can't use his brim ult.
No, they can just bully him. He's tucking tail and trying to run away. Swings out at just the right time, looking for the second, not converted. Zess left alone. Nothing but a Sheriff Finds one.
Time.
He's got a gun. He's got spam. No!
Doesn't get the half.
No way! What a play! The Red Bull clutch!
AtaKiwi with the ult.
There are two here. Zest flashed. Couldn't see a thing.
Reminiscent of that round that they closed out against ASC. Under Bass control, though.
Yeah, well done by RB to fill that space. Fight back a little bit on the crunch.
Manastorm to delay the fight against this ult. They're going to go for it still.
Flash, and they're just taking the damage. Buzz glad to take one with them, jumping out with the shorty and finding the kill on a Kiwi.
And what a strange decision for FUT. Nobody was going to get locked down, detained from that. They could have just stayed out. How's that work? Whoa. Still gets the kill.
The potential for a MOJJ 1v3 on the cards. Molly swinging by. RB found. But it's just a tease.
Yeah, MaKo has ult too. RB does a great job to fall off. And DRX gonna get up to 11. Great response from DRX, instantly recognizing that that north side push was coming in. They sure lose one player. Posted up on that line. FUT again forced back to Eco. Light by, they've got that Phantom for MOJJ that's saved over. Consider that round, remember, 2 rounds ago where they won that clutch by Zest, where MrFaliN had the position to ult onto site. He still hasn't used it. Looks like he set up for a stun off the camera to peek out of tower.
Couple of bullets traded early, but really silence otherwise. Now broken by the taking of the ropes and the hit towards A. RB the first, following the Prowler, getting the kill onto AtaKaptan and looking for more.
Awesome stuff from RB.
Wow, still alive.
Beautiful execute from DRX. They have full Hawks control, but they still want to go for a Sands push. RB uses his wall on the other side, out of halls, to actually section it off so he can fight Sand without any of the players on site being there. And the timing is perfect. He cleans up to 2 first kills, and then has to fight the guy on site as the wall falls. Perfect anti-eco. Buzz is hunting the gun. MOJJ should be saving this. MrFaliN should be challenging.
He's posted up just on the other side of the door, and it seems like that FALLEN's gonna push him off. The flash to counter, and he's dead.
Full blind, though.
Yeah.
Here comes Buzz.
Remember, the only weapon that they
RB2.
had. 40 HP. Is he gonna get there in time?
Oh, he hears him now, so it should be okay. The 1-4 split
Launching smoke.
to take up into towers. But it's a full fake. What a call out from stax. Everybody on FUT has bit.
They may have caught it early, though. I don't know if it was the fact that the rope went off, but you're already starting the rotates come through.
Ooh, they don't have Halls control, and they're not on site. So yes, they might have bought that fake. Oh, the double flank!
RB is behind Kiwi right now.
Can he get his revenge? Backstab with the Vandal, no time for the knife, of course.
AtaKaptan, MrFaliN, both with ults. Big ones. The first used, and it's traded right back. Now that all that's out of the way, they still have 3 ults on the side of DRX.
Counter breach ult coming.
I mean, they've got it primed and ready to go. How on earth do you navigate everything that they're throwing at you? A kill like that is certainly going to help. It's Zest on the equalizer. Orbital strike dropped. Fire falling from the skies. As it's only one left on defense, MrFaliN. Can he keep the map alive? 1v2. MaKo creeping forward. Assassination style takes us to Haven.
Just too much to deal with in that
Seems like they're
fight.
expecting aggression, and honestly, FUT are right. DRX have already sent 2 down mid. There's a setup for stax to hit with the fault line too. He can provide support from B.
For MrFaliN to expect that angle out of Buzz is crazy. But Buzz does get the better of him in terms of HP. It's dry walks from both sides now.
It just feels like It's just going to be so much poking and prodding from both sides. You're right. Contacts, dry walk, see what you can find. The shock dart just a little off. But the fear is instilled.
I mean, he's low HP. One tap will do it. So that's why he's so scared.
The alarm bot cutting things off, but it's a 4-player flank from DRX. Maj is only going to have to deal with 2, but he might have his hands full anyway. Yep. MaKo clean. How much more can they find as Buzz gets a second, trying to spam through, and that's, you can't ask for much more of a retake for DRX.
That dart is perfect out of Zest. And the pressure too much for them to even deal with that dart at all. Buzz with the dash into a smoke as well.
You talk about getting going early. A Vandal in the hands of Buzz, round 2. Doesn't look like he's going to be tested. A split with their 5 pistols towards garage for now.
Traded stuns. What is that? Turret's not even broken yet, but it does allow qRaxs to take down RB. Breaks up the crossfire. Or creates a crossfire, I should say. MaKo here to hold on.
MaKo's playing a mini game, having to shoot all utility out from the skies, from the floor beneath him. Somehow still staying around. Zest swinging through, and that should clean things up.
Scratching my head at that smoke. For MrFaliN on spawn. They give so much room. Nano. Not necessarily to get the flash off. I'm surprised at the amount of success that FUT have gotten with that fact. 4 and 2 on this map. It's a good map for them.
Here we see some of that utility combined with the aftershock and the dizzy.
Clears the complete left side of that site, so MaKo has to play on the right. Smoke gonna be up soon.
And he's just gonna fill in the space that they thought was cleared. He tucks right back behind it. And he has a teleport. He can get out if he feels too much pressure.
RB up close now. They're gonna try to fight together.
With the Bucky right out of the smoke, he's paranoid, but the wingman doesn't spot him. He doesn't spot him at all! RB with 2, robbed of the 3rd, courtesy of MaKo. Finally landing it, switching weapons and getting them all. A prime gaming flawless for DRX. You wouldn't think it with how they've played these opening few rounds.
It's interesting. Maybe it's because Pacific knows their tendencies on this map.
Note here, qRaxs has his ult. And keep a close eye on that.
Great shot from RB. Instantly takes down the Dizzy.
And stays alive.
Stun and flash used to keep them in that position. RB's got to get off of site to play retake now. Especially with the... Oh, he's going to... Hello?
He repositions and he's... What? He's not cleared! Doesn't matter, FUT still gets what they want. Zest.
For the first time in that execute, looks like there's so much coming at you. There's so little to do if you're the player's backside except get off. I'm surprised they didn't make that decision.
Maybe a little overconfidence putting them in that situation. And yeah, the Thrash was well handled. But you couldn't possibly consider everything else.
Yeah, they just can't hear. I mean, the ground is rumbling, trembling at their feet. You have no clue what the situation is. You could tell they were looking frantic on the site, trying to find the players who are actually hitting close to them.
I wonder if Zest is going to find any exits. Spotted one, and there's just 1 bullet fired. But the target now found, and FUT are on the board.
Trying to spray transfer you, which is completely unreliable.
Gun's still bound for DRX, and you see the money's set up for them to really put together multiple rounds.
Up in hands of Buzz too.
It seems like they're just clearing some of this utility in garage. They don't get it all. You still see 1 nano on your screen. But it was just the alarm bot. The turret is still B, and the other nano is too. Note here with this hit, it's going to be really difficult to find space for the op in the hands of Buzz. Kiwi has already gotten the kill out onto stax. And the defenses of DRX are crumbling. You see him trying to funnel out of the site, trying to flood their way through! But zellsis with 2, and MaKo does it as well. It seemed so labored, it seemed so... zellsis with the lineup, with the fault line to provide cover and allow him to take the angle, but the rest of the hits headed towards C, and RB greets him.
Yeah, FUT's been so focused on funneling and fragging into garage.
Buzz still on this line for now.
The fact that RB able to get that against the Knives players, against Kiwi, it's crazy. And there's no follow-up because the molly's perfect for him. And going back to that line, though, for Buzz, that, I think, is where they're going to end. Otherwise, MrFaliN's going to have to go on a crazy lurk, and he's going to get caught. Ooh, maybe not.
It was just the foot, and he doesn't land it. Pushed off of it for now, he's going to continue to explore. Meanwhile, once again, to hit towards B, and stax with the hold.
What a flash out of MaKo, too, helping outside of garage. And they know where MrFaliN was moments ago. Remember, Buzz had a little engagement with him. The thing is there's no flash to help. So stax is freely able to just walk into sight, and because of that fast pivot that they're trying to do, and especially with MrFaliN lurking at that point, he doesn't have a second smoke to cover both links at the same time. DRX is completely ripping them apart because of that.
And RB's gone hunting for it. With 13 seconds left, MrFaliN, you see the money. It's not great for him. He wants to preserve this weapon. Keep the fandom into the next. There's no help, RB. It's just you here. Actually, that fault line from really far away is nice. That's well done. Another prime game.
They're going right back in to try to challenge RB, to try to break the util inside a garage.
But DRX are ready for it. The paranoia, the stun. Kiwi's dead again.
That's like 3 times he dies first in the exact same thing, and it's the same lurk for MrFaliN. This time it might find value. Where's Zest? Nothing.
Right in between the eyes.
It's desperation right now, too. It's like a delayed call to come into A. MrFaliN almost had the line in. And even when he dies, they continue forward. It won't let them the sight this time, but remember, the retake was perfect for DRX on this pistol. Oh, and they've got tools. Full house of ults.
Just wonder how much desperation FUT really feel here. Do they dare invest one of their ults in an attempt to secure this? It's such a difficult decision. You're down 5 rounds in an elimination map. Traded Buzz, dropped the weapon, dropped the op. Went for lighter weaponry, but it's zellsis who cleans things up.
And he swapped it with stax, who's throwing util in the backline. It's working greatly. There's finally a shift for FUT.
There are 2 on this side, but he's gonna get smoked off. Remember, DRX still have 5 ults to their name. None of them invested in the previous round.
They might ult this, because they had control of short. And opt not to. Might be the Jet who got tagged, but Buzz here.
He's got the dash up. He's got the op in hand. Target's close by. Found. And he gets away. Looking for the second, not converted.
Nice play by Kiwi in the one-way. Buzz gives it to him. Showed a little leg. Slow things down though again, FUT. Gonna go for an execute.
Mosh pit. Almost exactly following the paranoia, and stax is in trouble here. Has to reposition. And he does. zellsis and stax holding the site. MaKo's there too! We're off the rails. They've had them for what feels like an eternity.
What is that, TP? Are you kidding me?
Just by himself.
What? What is going on right now?
He did find 2 big ones, and that felt like I'm going to make a play. He did, but can they convert around it? Those pistols really don't feel like much.
Off your feet!
They are investing so much.
If you're gonna do that, you better go towards C in that case.
And not to mention, now they're on a gun round, and they don't have a Rolling Thunder to work around.
Oh, the Thrash is stunned. The ult coming out too. He might actually get tagged by that.
He's already gotten 1. MrFaliN from up top, and he's ripped right back down.
Spike
And they still have 2 numbers here. That's well done by qE. Get him to a 2v2. They don't have the spike, though. It's out of reach. Can qE creep his way forward?
player standing.
Trying to play around the crowd burst. Spike gathered, and it's just momentary. The stomp continues.
CXX here, insta smoke on the window. qE again gonna send his life forward.
Nope, the last 3 rounds have been very fast, very pacey.
He does have space for this lockdown now, out of MOJJ, but they're pushing in front.
They are, and you see the Jet try to take high ground. It's brought right back down, once again by MaKo. Pressure train to the skies as RB pushes in, gets 2 from logs, leaves MOJJ alone. 1v4 turns to a 1v3. Has the lockdown to play around. But way too many targets to deal with.
What a flash. Pistol will close it out. FUT, EMEA's 3rd seed. We saw Navi, the 4th seed, leave yesterday. And FUT right now on the precipice of doing just the same.
Another EMEA domino poised to fall. This one at the hands of DRX. RB taking the space, and you can see the intent for DRX. You had RB on one side, you had Buzz on the other, and they both find kills. Fully splitting things up, but qRaxs nicely held. They're gonna try to get back in to get the spike of Buzz. What? How does he get away with that?
I love Buzz. That guy's crazy too. Okay.
That was well done. qE never saw him.
It just came in on the flank.
stax focus on the turret. There are bigger fish to fry.
There's 2 marshals on an anti-eco right now. It's like we're playing ranked. And when you need to snowball the bonus, those sorts of things. That one is a head scratcher.
We had a couple of those. DRX cut noise and now push forward. RB falls.
Down A.
Off the paranoia. It's well handled though. This is still very doable. You're now just having qE show up, but AtaKaptan holds him back with 4 on his own. Dashing forward into the ace. Oh, he almost had it. Still has the shot at the classic, and it delivers.
Aftershock through. Breach ult down mid.
Where?
Excuse me, they're in spawn and he's stunning them.
I mean, okay, they're rotating back.
Dude, that's
They're giving the space up.
I don't know why. They had them in spawn, every single player. I mean, if you ever want to illustrate the concept of map control, they would have had the entire map right there.
It's crazy too, because they invested as much as they did. And it's not just going to be equally exchanged.
I think they were having fun in that one. I think the initial execute, or their aftershocking stuff, that stuff is definitely planned. They run that. That's a bonus round that they do. But then the breach ult is just crazy.
Off of what?
stax holding things nicely. Looked like he had just sidestepped the AtaKaptan stun.
Yeah, he did. I was wondering where AtaKaptan's stun was off of, but he just randomly throws it and doesn't have the information about where stax is positioned, so he's in front of it.
qRaxs up in heaven, looking for a life to take with him. Instantly smoked off. The spam not finding it. Masha's to push forward with this. Well done to handle Blez. A qRaxs 1v3 would be something special here. 1v2 now. Tucking into smoke and then popping right back out, but the spike is becoming a factor. Time is not on his side, and neither is his health. So devastatingly defeating, still smiling.
Did he just spam it?
May have.
He just spammed it.
Yep.
Yeah, you see the bullet still on the wall. Like it's chalk outlining his body. They really think that they're pushing down mid, just like they did on that bonus. Cool little spam too from RB in the case that that was true. DRX is not taking this any differently than they have before. Not allowing this lead to slip whatsoever, I think, is in their best interest. So this is the classic CXX. DRX has been running this forever. It's so good. Buzz has so many different lines he can take. And they just go for the basic. There's nobody even here to receive. Kiwi has a judge.
Okay. Buzz down. That's a start.
Playing the post off of stax Rolling Thunder. MrFaliN has smoke here, though, so I'm not fully sure if I completely agree with the idea right now.
Where's Hess? He has a shock, too.
Especially how close they are.
Smoked off. MaKo playing up close in Cubby. RB with the nano. So it's now 3 pieces of utility to consider. The Rolling Thunder, the Shock Dart, and the nano. They're going to get it the whole way. Oh, the nano, half! There's the Rolling Thunder, pushing him forward. The fight taken. So far, the fight won. Sax won. That would have been a finish. But alas, we play another.